Welcome back, y'all. How are you? How are you? How are you? Thank you for joining me. So there's one thing, like I said in the other video, I want to get a couple of nursing things out of the way. So let's do that first, okay? The first question I always get, what type of nurse should I be? And what school should I go to? And which degree? Basically, they want to know if I should be an RN. Should I go this way and get my associates? Or should I go this way and get my bachelor's? Let's talk. Okay? Now, should you get your associates or should you get your bachelor's? Well, in this day and age and with everything going on, my belief, my experience, and listen, if I had to give you the best advice in the world, my advice to you is go get your ASN. Go get your associates. Now listen, here's the thing. Nursing is something where people can change their life and have more security for you, your family, so on and so forth, right? So, right now, where we only need nurses, nursing, the only way you can tell me that you're a nurse is because you have a license. It has nothing to do with what degree you have, whether it's an associate's or a bachelor's, okay? So let's talk about the pyramid and how this goes. At the bottom, you have your CNA, aka, well, I'm not going to say aka, CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant, or you have your PCT, okay, Patient Care Technician. That's at the bottom. They facilitate and help the nurses, no matter who the nurse may be, to do things like take patient vital signs, help them to the bathroom, get them what they need to eat, whatever it may be that they can help with by law. That's what a CNA or a PCT will do. Above them, you have nurses. Now, the first nurses that you have are LPNs or LVNs. So LPNs are licensed practical nurses versus LVNs who are licensed vocational nurses. What's the difference? I'm not sure. But they both can do the same thing. I'm thinking that the LPN, maybe they might have went a different way to get their LPN versus the LVN who did it through vocational school, but who knows? Either way, they do the same thing. So there's certain things they can do with the nurse or the RN above them, as long as there's a nurse or RN above them that gives them the go-ahead to do certain things like give out pills or maybe give out certain types of medication with an RN present, okay? And even writing certain types of notes or progress notes or whatever, an RN has to also sign off. So it depends. So LVNs, LPNs can have the experience and do certain things and give certain meds, but only with an RN present. They can write up their notes and whatever, but has to be co-signed by an RN. Now, on top of the LPN or LPN, LVN, you have the RN, right? So you have the RN. You have the associate degree RN, and you have the bachelor's degree RN. Is there a difference? Not really. No. I mean, yes, but no. Okay, I'll explain. The associate nurse probably went to a county college or something, and they went to a nursing school that's connected to that county college. So they got their diploma or their associates in science, but they also got their RN license, or they were okay to go get their RN license after completing the classes that county college had that was connected to a nursing school. A bachelor's nurse did a couple of things. Either they were an associate nurse who went later on and got their bachelor's and now they're a BSN versus an ASN, or they just went to school for 4 to 5 years and graduated with a bachelor's of science in nursing. Same thing. At the end of the day, what people need to know is do you have a license or RN license? I don't care what school you went to right now, especially depending. Now, let me say this. If you're trying to be the chief nursing officer of a large healthcare facility, or if you're trying to be the executive chief nursing officer for a large healthcare provider that has maybe 6 or 7 hospitals under it, yeah, then the school that you went to, that helps. That's the only thing. I mean, if that's your goal, then yeah, the school that you went to will matter. And you definitely can't do that with an associate's degree. You can't do that with a bachelor's degree. I doubt you can do that with a master's. Maybe with a master's you can get away with it depending on the facilities, but that's a high grade thing. So the school that you matriculated from does matter. Where you got your bachelor's, where you got your master's, the name might matter. That's one of the only times it will matter. Other than that, if I go into a facility today and I say I'm associate degree nurse, I have a license. Or I go in there today and say I'm a bachelor's degree nurse and I have a license, and we're going for the same job. The thing is that they might pick the bachelor's nurse because a lot of places are trying to get their magnet status. If you don't know what that is, look it up. A magnet status is where a large majority of their nurses are bachelor prepared. So a lot of hospitals and places that you may go, they might hire you with your associates and say you have 3 years to get your bachelor's. Okay. And you sign that contract that within 3 years of being there, or 2 years, whatever it may be, you will go and get your bachelor's. So it's not that it helps you with job placement unless you want that middle ground type of job where you want to be a nursing supervisor or nursing, like director of your floor or whatever. Then yes, mid management, it does help. Yes, if that's exactly where you want to go. But I don't see anybody getting those positions unless they have some type of experience behind them already. So maybe 2 to 4 to 5 years, maybe on a certain floor, and then you came in as an associate degree, you got your bachelor's, and you're still getting your experience. Now you can go for a mid-management level position because you have the experience, you have the bachelor's, and then you keep going, and you can get the master's if you would like. So, is there a difference? No, because when you go to a job, they're going to say, do you have a nursing license that is unencumbered? In other words, there's no issues about it. You have no complaints on you. There's nothing that's been filed with the state nursing board against you. So an unencumbered license, RN license. If the answer to that is yes, we're done here. We're done. So yes, someone in the hospital might choose the bachelor position person because they're a magnet status hospital. But if they have the associate nurse, let's say the associate nurse has been a nurse for 5 years, has a whole lot of experience, and you have a bachelor's nurse who's been a bachelor nurse for 3 years, but this associate nurse has a lot more experience and probably did better in the interview or whatever the case may be, they're going to pick the associate nurse. But they're also going to make her or him sign a contract saying you're going to get your bachelor's within 2 to 3 years, or we can let you go. So does it help in the scheme of things? It all depends on you. If you want that middle management nursing supervisor role, you need your bachelor's. But if you want to be a nurse at the bedside and you want to get your experience up, you got a license, bet, you're in. That's it. You have an unencumbered license, we're good. Nothing to talk about. So then, that is the RN trick. My advice to anybody, I don't care what people say. I do not. And I understand what people say, but I really don't care. If you are brand new and you're thinking, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, should I go to a four-year college, or can I go to county college and get my license? You're going to go save you some money. You're going to go take your behind to UCC, BCC, DCC, county college, right? You're going to go there. You're going to graduate. You're going to go and take your board. You're going to pass them with flying colors, okay? Now you're going to go get you a job. Here's the thing. Here's the secret if people don't know. Just like I said, that associate nurse might have more experience and have something going. That's why the nurse manager might pick the nurse who's been a nurse for 2 years with a little bit of experience versus the BSN nurse that has been a nurse for 1 year, and that's all the experience they have. That nurse manager will probably pick the associate nurse. But they're also going to make that associate nurse sign a contract. I will get my bachelor's within 2 to 3 years of my hire date. Now, keep that in mind. On top of that, what happens is, when you go to a county college that has a nursing school connected to it, it's a lot cheaper, right? As soon as you get that job as a nurse, if you're working in a hospital, I'm going to say 90%, because I don't know about, the Midwest and things like that. Let me even go up. 92.5% of hospitals are connected with a college. And you get tuition reimbursement once you get a job at a hospital. I'm not talking tiny hospitals, but even with the tiny little local hospitals, they have that as part of the benefits. You get to go to whatever college that hospital may be connected to, but it's tuition reimbursement. Some places pay for the schooling up front. If you fail, then you pay them back. So it all depends on the institution that you work for. There is no reason in this day and age for people to be running to a 4 to 5 year college and paying that type of money out of pocket when you can go to a county college with a nursing school connected to it, pay half, get your job, and let them pay for your bachelor's, master's, MD, or PhD. Why? Now, if you have it like that, by all means, go. No. Listen, if you got the money, forget what I said. Go to that 4 or 5 year college, take your time, and go ahead and do your thing. Please. If you got the money like that and you don't care about reimbursement or somebody paying it for you up front, forget what I said. Just skip this video. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that you had it like that. If you have it like that, forget what I said. We good? But if you're trying to make the best of it and save as you do it, go on down there to a CC with a nursing school. Get your associates and keep pushing. Go get your job and let them pay for your bachelor's. Do you know, like every single job, tuition reimbursement or payment up front. You fail, you get my money back. You don't, you keep going. They keep paying. So that is my true advice to anyone who's trying to figure out, oh my God, they're not going to take me because I didn't get my 4 to 5 year bachelor degree. Okay. All right. Sorry to hear that. It's a lie. Let me explain something to you too. I don't think that people understand this. Do you know that a lot of these 4-year, 5-year colleges, they have 3-year waiting lists? Did you know that? I don't know if people understand that even some of these nursing schools that are to get your associates, these county colleges, nursing schools do have waiting lists too. But not all. Here's the thing. This is the trick that they do. You go to your 4-year college and you say, oh my gosh, I want to get my BSN. Cool. So you go to the school and say, how do I sign up? How do I start for the BSN? That's what I want. I want to get my bachelor's in nursing. Great. So to them, that means, hey, you need about 2 to 2.5 years, maybe 3, of your prerequisites, right? So what you do is you come in, and when you become a freshman, you sign up and put your name on that 3-year waiting list. Then you go to school for 2.5, you get your prerequisites for 2.5 years, 3 years, and then you pray that when it's time for you to start the nursing part, that they have room for you. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Whole lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So that's the little trick, because people think, okay, well, hey, okay, they have a 3-year waiting list, but I need 3 years of prerequisites anyway. So by the time I'm done with that, it's going to be my turn. If you're lucky. They might tell you 2 to 3. What happens when it's your junior year? You got all your prereqs, you ran through those, and they're like, oh, you have about 1 more year to wait. I don't know what happened with this list. It's not moving. So do you take a year off of college? Huh? Is that what you're going to do? You're trying to do something, trying to get somewhere. You're going to take a year off of college? Let me know. Let me know. You want to take a year off? Because if I took a year off of college, I ain't coming back. Let's be real. If I take a year off, I'm not coming back. And do you know what people end up doing? They take all those 2 to 3 years of prerequisites, and they end up going to a CC that has a nursing school connected to it, and getting their degree there as an associate nurse, and going to get the same license that the bachelor's nurse has, I will have. That's what happens anyway. I'm just trying to cut you off at the pass. So yes, I get it. If you got the time, if you got the patience, you don't mind waiting 3 to 5 years for somebody to call your number, forget everything I said. Just forget it. Everything I just said makes no sense. Skip this video. I apologize to you. That's not what I mean. Since you got it like that, you want some time off anyway, nothing wrong with it. Do it that way. That's cool. It's definitely cool. We're all going to arrive at the same point. Congrats. But if you're trying to get somewhere now, you're trying to make your life better, you're trying to get your kids' lives better, you don't have time for the wishy-washy nonsense, you don't have time for the, oh, yeah, I could do it, I can't do it, I got you. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. Definitely go get your associate's degree. That same test that bachelor's nurse takes is the same exact test that the associate nurse takes. It's the same exact thing. It's the same license. It's not like the bachelor's has a bigger license than you. Same test. Yep. Me, I like to conserve, right? So I did it the long way. Yeah, I did. What I did, I went to a CC, connected with a nursing school, passed it, graduated, went and took my boards, passed it, same board as the bachelor's nurse, got a job, kept working, and then my head got a little bit big because I was like, listen, with all this experience, whoever hires me has to know that I have enough experience to cover all this. I don't need a bachelor, but eventually, at the end of the day, and here's the thing, if you get your associate, depending on where you're working, you got time to go get that bachelor's, because all you need is a license, which you have. But if you want to move up as you get older, you're going to have to get it. So get it as soon as you can. I would say within 5 years of working as a nurse with your associate, try your best to get it. Try your best to get it, because things get old after 5 years. It gets old. Yep. Old. But yeah, that is my little synopsis. That's my little synopsis about nursing. What you should be doing, what you should be looking for. Where should you go? Go and get your associate's degree. One more thing. I know that there are a lot of schools they used to have where you would go to the nursing school, but there was no associates of science with it. It would just be that you got your nursing degree, and then you can go take your boards. About that, right? Don't do that. Ever. Not today. Not in the future. Don't do that. Ever. A lot of nurses who did that had to be grandfathered in into their RN because nobody accepts that anymore. You have to have a degree connected to your license, or it does hinder you from getting jobs. It will hinder you. If you don't have your associates in science or your bachelor's of nursing or whatever, and you have your nursing license, but you didn't go to the associates part, you only went to the nursing school part, don't do that. Okay? Do not do that. A couple years ago, maybe a decade ago, like when I started, they were still kind of cool with that and grandfathering people in and whatever. Don't do that today. It's going to be more difficult for you. Don't do it. Listen to me. Do not. Don't go to a nursing school that will not give you also your degree, Associates in Science of Nursing. Don't do it to yourself. I've heard of a couple. I even saw a commercial for one. I was like, Lord God, they still doing this. I mean, the school trying to get their money, I ain't mad. But it makes it so difficult for you. Oh, Lord. People don't know if it's legit. Even though you have your license, they're like, but what school? Because even when you have your license, there's a whole drop-down menu. What is it called? When you renew your license, your nursing license, there's like a whole drop down of colleges from east to west coast, from north to midwest to south. So if you are not in one of those legit schools that is connected with a CC, a county college, by the way, I'm so sorry I keep saying CC. If you're with a nursing school that's not connected with a county college, the name of your school won't even be in the drop down. You can't even renew your license. Better you than me. So don't tell nobody I ain't tell you. Do not go somewhere where they're like, oh, just go to the nursing school. Y'all need. Run. Run. It's 2022. Run. That's not going to work. It's not. It's just not. It's not going to work. I can tell you that. It's not going to work. But if it's a county college, CC stands for county college, that is connected with a nursing school, and you get your associates in science. That means you took the microbiology and the chemistry and the anatomy and physiology 1 and 2 and whatever else they make, English and all that stuff that they make you take. If you took all of that, right, and now you can start your nursing, because you have to, even in the county colleges, you have to finish those prerequisites before they even open the nursing school doors for you. Same thing in the bachelor's program. However, for some reason, that bachelor's program, that list, I'm not saying that county college nursing schools don't have a list. They do. But for some reason, that bachelor's list just don't never move. It just doesn't move. You just be sitting there like, dang. When I started as a freshman, they said I had 2 years. It's 3, and they still haven't called my number. Don't tell nobody ain't gift. And Anti-Gift ain't tell you. Anti-Gift is telling you. Run and go get your associates. Go stack up on some money for like 5 years. Just be banking it, and say, okay, one day I'm going to get old, or I am old, I'm done, I got my experience, I banked my money, let me go use their money, not mine, theirs, to get my degree. And keep pushing. Because once you, I think I have lipstick on too. Sorry. Once you do that, once you get that bachelor's, if you want to go work for I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that this day and age. you wanted to be a nurse educator, if you wanted to work for a pharmaceutical agency, if you wanted to work corporate, if you wanted to do any of that, that bachelor's, you win. The doors flew open for you. Next time I'm going to talk about my issues with nursing and what's the word? My issues with being a nurse practitioner. There's no issue. If it's for you, it's for you. Do you. Please do you. But I'm going to discuss my issues with it in the future. So, if you have any questions about anything, please, my description box is below. You can reach me via email, whatever works. You can drop a DM in my Instagram, whatever works for you. It's all at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Go ahead and leave me some questions and some comments, because then we could discuss. We can discuss and come up with something, you know? I'm going to be talking about something in the next video, though, I think is very, very heavy. Someone's got to do it. So, that's it for today. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.